name is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and today we're going to do video 1 in our Memories of the Meadow 2 series. Now, I've already done a project about a year ago called Memories of the Meadow, and this kit is a collaboration between CollageType and Tatty Treasure Shop. Now, this is my design team project, and it's going to be published under both names. Originally it was going to be my CollageType design team project, but then I decided to pick this kit, which is a collaboration, and so it's going to be for both. Now, since I've done one before out of this, I'm using the pages that I have left. So the pages I'm going to show you are not all the pages in the kit. The kit is huge, and it's awesome. So here's a few smaller pieces that I have that were left over, and you can see how cool they are. It looks like I might have even printed these out smaller because they have the brown edge all the way around and they're printed on the back. So I may have made these smaller to try and make writing cards out of them. Here's one that's a writing card on both sides. So anyway, these are just some miscellaneous papers. Let me move my pencil out of the way. These are just some leftover ephemera. I guess you could use this as a page, but really it's fussy cuts. My scan and cut will not cut this out because of the green background. And I'm not going to try, so we probably won't use that page. And this is a one of the book pages, but it's printed on typing paper. Oh, yeah, typing paper. And it was printed out to be a piece of stationery. So those go over here in my miscellaneous pile as well. Then we've got all of these, which are the regular pages and the regular ephemera. Now, I went ahead and cut this, and I'll tell you why in just a minute, okay? But this is one of the William Morris style pages. This is the collage page. You will notice that it's UK sized, and that's going to be part of the reason why I cut one out, because we're going to need it for measurements. You'll notice that this has the wider border on either side, so you can't print it fit to page, and you can't print it borderless, or when it magnifies it, you'll lose part of the image from the sides, and it will cut off probably that much on either side all the way around, and you know, why do that? So this is a collage page. This is a backing page. Oops, looks like I might have them upside down. And the rest of these, I think, are flower pages from the Meadows. Meadow flowers. I love this one. Now this one's upside down. And since I printed these before I started marking where they came out of the printer, the left front corner, so that I could put them right back in and print on the back, I'll be printing a generic writing page on the backs of these. Most of these are going to be glued down directly to the page, and so we won't have to worry about it, but I have no idea which ones we're going to make into writing cards. So, I don't know which ones to not print on and which ones to print on. So, I'm just going to have to print on them all. Okay, these are your flowers. Very cool. Now, these are backing pages that I printed borderless, because it didn't really matter. I want to make sure I keep these sorted. No reason to sort them twice. Sorry about the arm reach there. So that's what these are. There's still white on the back though. Now these may be duplicates. No. I'm not sure why. Oh no, it's got the brown all the way around, so it was alright to print borderless. Here's another William Morris style. And another. Oops. And I believe another. Then these are the writing pages. Looks like I printed on the back, and you'll see the mistake I made. I printed the writing part of it fit to page, which left a border instead of printing it borderless, and that leaves a white border on this side and no border on this side because I, for some reason, decided to print these borderless. I think it was because I saw that there was still going to be some brown here and it would give me more room. But I did a vertical journal last time, a skinny journal, and I think that's what we're going to do this time. So these will probably all be used as writing cards anyway. So having this little bit of white around the back will be fine. Okay, here's another. And so on and so forth. They each have a different one, but they're kind of mixed up. They're not all exactly the same. Some of them are on the left and some on the right, but we'll be cutting them apart more than likely, so it probably won't matter. Because if we're going to make a writing card, we'll use this side, and this side will probably not be used. Okay, these are the pages that are the backing pages that were printed borderless. The brown, the writing page, which is probably what I'll be printing on the back of the this one as well, borderless. The backs of the pages that we currently are going to be using. Here's one printed regular sized and not printed on the back. So see, I'm going to have to go through these already anyway. Here's the ephemera. Whoops. It was right to begin with. There's some great big tags which will come in handy for what we're doing. And another set. Some pockets. Now these are pockets, once you cut them apart here, these are just flat pockets. Then these are going to be gusseted pockets. Here's the little line here, here, and here. Okay? But they'll be diagonal. These are gusseted pockets that are squares, 4 of them. Now, some of this I've cut a little bit out of. I should have put this in the miscellaneous because I've cut some out of it. I can't run it through the scan and cut anyway because it's too light. It won't see the thing, but I can cut this in half and trace around these and get the ones I want. But I'm still going to set it aside. These are frames. You could actually take this one and fold it in half and have a giant specimen card. I doubt we'll be doing that. I'm very, very bad at cutting the centers out. And, yeah, but we could use the circles. Here's another writing card that you fold in half, and a ruler and some tabs. There's some frames. This is a, I need to look at this. Here's 2 flags. Oh, then a vertical piece and then a writing card. I had to look at that for a minute. I wasn't exactly sure. And then an envelope. Now, there's a lot more that came with this originally, even though I just showed you a whole bunch. Oh, what did I do? Oh, this is part of the miscellaneous. Anyway, so once we cut these off, they're going to be a different size. And set this stuff to the side. And put the miscellaneous stuff back in the folder. Just for now. The small ones will probably be used for writing cards. Okay, so I went ahead and trimmed this one. So let's set it as the rest of these aside. So now, some of the other things we're going to be using is brushed corduroy. We're going to be using a stamp because we're going to stamp the borders instead of inking them. We will ink the papers when we put them on though. And brushed corduroy is one shade lighter than vintage photo, and gathered twigs is one shade darker than vintage photo. We're going to be using submagnets as well. So what we need to do is figure out, since this is not a full size, we can't just make a vertical journal without cutting something off, or a skinny journal. Alright, let's turn it around upside down. That's going to be awfully wide, isn't it? I think I'll have to print this out borderless and trim it and then see. Let me look at my borderless pages, my big ones. Because these are going to be 8.5 by 11. Oops, crash bang. So if we look at this, yeah. Here's the edge of the tallest part. Now this is a little bit shorter here because of the tab, but we're not going to look at that right now. What we're going to look at is we want enough of an edge that we see our stamping. Okay. So we're not going to cut anything off of this side. We'll trim the paper. But we are going to have to trim the top by just a little bit. So we want about this much to show. So we're just going to trim what looks like 1/4 of an inch off the top. I can hear the TV in the other room. I don't think you guys can hear it though. So let's trim these down. And then we'll turn them this way, and that will give us our tabs still. So basically what we're doing is cutting some off the bottom. Okay. Now let's check it against the paper. still seems... No, that's alright, because we're going to stamp, and I want to be able to see the stamping this time. I don't want to go to all the trouble of stamping around all these edges, and then, you know, see a 1/16 of an inch or something. That's crazy. So when we move this over, then we'll have to trim the papers just a little bit. And then when we do that, actually, if we trim it down to here, so that we can see our stamping here, then this whole tab will be open. So you're going to have to remember to stamp this whole area right here. Let me show you what I mean. Not be able to see it on camera. Okay, so this part here, right, we're going to cut our papers off to a little bit below here. So that's going to give you this whole tab area that you're going to need to stamp. If you're just inking around the edges, that's fine. That's fine. Then make your folder a little bit smaller. Okay, so you don't have such a big edge all the way around. So now let's double check that I cut these off the same. Okay, so now let's take the first one and we're going to fold it in half tall, the tall side. So make sure you've got it lined up around the bottom. And then once we do this, and I send you off to ink everything, then I'm going to print and trim the papers. And then we'll come back. Wow. This is difficult, to say the least. Probably should have scored it, but I just didn't really want it to be that definite yet. I didn't want score lines. So just keep trying to push it over. We can always, no, we can't trim that. We'll lose our tab. So just keep pulling it over. And then make sure this end is lined up. So we're going to do that to both, unfortunately. So it's okay to go ahead and do it with your thumb. I just don't want to bone folder them yet because we're going to have to do some cutting. So let's get this one and do the same thing. Maybe if we fold it this way, it'll be easier. Oh, duh, it's the same difference. It's just going to be... I've moved my camera and my glass mat, so I hope I'm staying in frame. I'm just folding it in half, so I guess this way was easier. So I put the tab on the top and folded it, and that way seems to be easier. I think I'm using my video voice. I'm not sure, but I think I am. I think I am. And then we're going to need it to be the opposite way. You can fold it so the tab sticks out if you like, but it will make these one narrower and one wider. Okay, so in order to open and close it, we don't want the tabs next to each other, so let's fold it the opposite way as well. Okay, Now we're going to do some cutting. So we're going to leave this here. Then we're going to, I think we'll leave that as a page. Or will we make a pocket with it? Okay, let me think about this, because if we, how did I do it before? Because there's no flap at the bottom. I can make this into a pocket. Okay, let's take this. We want the pocket part to be down here. So let's flip it around, and we're going to cut it up, and we want the pocket let's say about this tall. Let's see how tall that is. Alright, almost 4, so let's go with 4. It's probably 4 1/4. Let's go with 4. Now when you draw this line, you might want to open it up. You don't want to accidentally draw all the way over onto the other part of your manila folder. So let's draw a line across here. We're going to cut down from the top and then over, and we can save this piece. Okay? I didn't think about this ahead of time. We're just going on the fly here. Oh, my phone's on the charger, which is kind of close by. I apologize. It's about that time of day. My UK people, to, you know, in the design teams, to be texting each other or messaging us. Some of them are 8 hours ahead. Some of them are 9. So this is actually kind of late. Well, 3 in the afternoon there. Okay, so now let's see what we have. Now we have, if we do it this way, no, because then we can't glue them together. So we'll make our pocket here. And I have to pull it just a little bit. And then make sure it's straight across on the bottom. I'm going to have a pocket there, which is going to take this, save this piece, then let's see, if we open this like this, and this like this, glue them together here with the pocket. That would glue this together here. We could make another pocket here. We'll make this one taller so that we can add something bigger to it. So let's make it 6 inches. If you're using a Timmy ruler, it'll be the 0 on the zeroing side. I don't know if you know this or not, but one side of your Timmy ruler is fatter and it's got a metal piece there, and that's for cutting with your rotary cutter or a blade. This thinner side, which is on the zeroing side, has a thinner edge and is for drawing. Don't use your cutter on that side, you'll chip it. Believe me, I know. I accidentally did it. I chipped the heck out of it and I had to cough up $8 for a new ruler. So let's do the same thing here. And then we'll take everything apart, we'll ink it, and then we'll see if I can remember how to put it back together. Goodness. That's crooked. We could even leave it open as a flip. Let me glue these two together and make a pocket, but you're still going to ink or stamp or whatever all the way around, all the edges inside and out. That way, just in case, we're not really sure what's going to show, because now what did I do? Yeah. So we'll just have to figure this out. We can make a pocket here, and then if we leave this open, we can make a flip out, and that would be kind of fun. Hopefully we'll get all this done in the number of videos that we have. Oh, what if we did this? We're going to be papering everything. No, I don't want to number anything yet. Okay. All right, let's stamp around all the edges, cut the papers, print the ones on the back of the ones you think you might use as writing cards. Save these 2 scraps, and then we'll go from there. Yes, you can definitely see where I cut it crooked, so I may need to trim it and make it straight. Okay? All right. This is going to be it for the first half of this video. We got 30 minutes in, and then we'll do another 30 minutes worth of gluing together and yeah, making our pockets and stuff. And then we'll start with the rest, I think, in the next video. All right, I will see you in just a second. Okay, I'm back. I've cut everything out. So, this is the ephemera that I have. I have the 4 big tags. I have like 6 pockets, a nice folding thingamajiggy notepad, little note thing. I have this envelope, which I'm going to show you how to put together, and I stenciled it on the back, and then it's printed this on the front, or on the inside, and you'll only see this part, but I went ahead and inked the whole thing. I changed my ink to Rustic Wilderness. So, yeah, so I've stenciled the trifold. I really like this color. And I left this blank for writing. We might put something in the corner, you know, down in here somewhere. Maybe a washi sticker of some sort or something like that. So that's going to go in there. And then I've got the 2 big writing pieces, which I'm hoping we can fold in half and put inside of our pockets. Okay? So we've got those as well. All right, so let's do the front. Let's glue it together first. I'm all ahead of myself. Okay, so what we want to do, we've got the one folder that opens like this, and then there's the pocket, and then it goes like this. This part will be glued to this part, so that means it will continue on. Uh-oh, is that going to be a problem? Continue on, and then we'll have the flip out, and then this page, and this page. I'm not sure we'll get done, but we'll give it a whirl. I don't know. I think I just outdid myself here. All right, so let's glue these 2 together, and we want the pocket to be, gosh, I keep thinking that might be a problem. If we put this way, though, then that's going to mess up our pocket, isn't it? Where did it go? Oh no, it's our flip out. We can put it on the top. All right, let's, if we do that, then when you're looking at the front, that won't work. I have to put it like this. Well, that's all right. So we got this, then we've got this, then we've got that. Okay, let's go for it. Now, let's double check where we want our pocket. Do we want it on this side? I'm thinking we might, because we have so much going on over here. So let's glue it. This is going to be a pocket, but we're not going to glue it until we do the paper. So let's glue this so that this side is open. I like the stencil that I used. I mean the stamp. We're just going to go this way, and we're going to go down this way. I hope my TV's not too loud in the other room. It's up a little louder than it was before. It's been several hours. It took me a while to get all of this done. It's not quite as quick as it looks in the videos. Oh, for goodness sake. And our pocket's here. Why is this not even? That's all right, though. That's cool for the pocket. Yeah, see, this is going to be a problem, but... Okay. So now we can go in with the bone folder, now that we've stamped and cut. I don't like to do the bone folder before we cut, because then it makes it hard. There's such a rigid point then, it makes it hard to do your cuts. Okay, so we've got everything glued. Now we can do the front part. And we're going to need to put our circle and our brad on for our closure. So we've got our paper. I almost wish we had made it a little bit shorter. Well, we're only cutting the width, so it doesn't matter. Boy, that stamping makes it a little hard to look at, doesn't it? So we want to cut it this wide. Okay, what about this one? Oh, it's too narrow. And we're going to take our circle for this out of here. Gee, I hate to do that. What do I have for scraps over here? What about? Just wondering. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go as close to the edge and the corner as I can. Keep as much as of that scrap as possible. Let's glue this on here. Now this looks extra dark because I had inked it with that lighter color, brushed corduroy, and then I changed my mind and decided on the green, and it got inked on top of the brown, so that made it darker. That's all right. Whoops, we didn't ink this. Normally I would ink them together, but for some reason I didn't. Get this all lined up. Okay, and let's ink this while that's drying. Yeah, this color is going to look good on here. A little bit darker because of the busy edges. I still think I could have gone about 1/8 of an inch shorter and it would have been fine. Definitely going to top this off. I like to start out with it full. That means really full. At the beginning of each project. Yeah, that is too loud in there. I apologize. Personally, I think it's too loud. You may not be able to hear it at all. I'm always talking about dogs barking and people stomping up and down the stairs, and you guys tell me you never hear that either. So, all right. So let's put our closure about there. And I'm going to use this smaller hole. Some people use the larger, but I think the smaller is fine. Whoops, I guess I should put a hole in the center of this, huh? So take a brad. These are awful shiny. I didn't mean to get these. They have the really long legs as well. They have different sizes of these. The length of this. And I ordered 1/8 of an inch too long. And I have so many. I have another big thing full. I don't know what I would do with them if I decided to get the others, which are the ones I like. So we had to do this first so that we could cover the brad legs with paper when we paper the inside. Oh, for goodness sake, take up 10 minutes doing this. Okay, now I'm going to put a piece of tape on there to hold it. that big wrinkle in it, I'm not. There we go. So now we've got the closure on. We have the paper on the front. We still have 15 minutes. I did not plan ahead. Should we go this way? Let's do the inside where the pocket's going to be. I thought maybe, let's pick one of these. Something that's got stems on the bottom that it won't matter that the pocket covers them up. Something like this, actually. I think we'll just use this one in the interest of time. We don't have to go all the way down except, oh yes we do. Why? Because our pocket doesn't reach all the way over to the edge. Okay? Now I'm going to go a little wider on the paper on the inside. Make the outside a little more dramatic. Oh, that is a cornflower. Huh, I thought it might be. So it's right on there. It says cornflower. Clean up as you go. By now you'll have seen my May You Be Inspired, but hashtag May You Be Inspired by video. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of funny. You can go back and watch it in the playlist under collaboration. In collaboration playlist, I mean. One of the things I say as a tip is to stay organized. Now, not necessarily like me. I'm a crazy person. However, if you're organized in your organized chaos that you work in, then you spend less time looking for your stuff and more time making stuff. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Cheers. I needed some pop. In fact, I might put a little bit of acetone in here. It's kind of thick. Usually adding fresh glue to the old glue will do it, but I think I'm going to have to play chemist. Oz is in here wanting his TREAT. He's just going to have to wait another 10 minutes. And I had a specific thing I wanted to do on the pocket. I'm not sure what we're going to do on the flip out. I have no idea what we're going to do on the other panels, and I didn't realize how many panels I was going to be making doing it the way that I did. You know, the way I glued them together. Just a minute, bud. Want to make sure that it's far enough away from the fold. Okay. And now we can glue our pocket. We only need to glue these two sides. This side's already closed. So now we have that tall, thin pocket there. That's Oz. Okay, and then let's put a print on this one. Let me see what I've got. No, not that. I think this one. See, the print goes this way. Too bad, so sad. These are the 8.5 by 11s that I have that were printed full-sized. And then I've got all these. The collage. That's nice. Oh, it's got the same flower on it. Don't want that. So let's see. We could use this side with all the writing. Let's see how much of the writing we would see. That'll give us this that we can make maybe into a card for that. Just a minute, bud. He's whining like he hasn't already eaten 3 times today. He eats every time I take my medicine, plus his snack, because I take medicine 4 times a day. Make sure our text stays right side up. Let's glue this bad boy on. This thing's really tall, isn't it? And then after we do this, we'll say, this is the video. Wow, think of the giant belly band we could put on this. We could put a double. writing right side up. Make it even with the other paper, the other page. Make it straight. And call it done. Well, except for whatever it is we decide to put on it. Okay? Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. And I'll see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.